Hey everybody, this is JP Firepledge bringing you guys another part of Genshin Impact. So I'm going to cut real quick to the introduction to this quest, going up to the Jade Chamber. It popped when I was climbing the mountain and I didn't actually have my recording on, so I'll go ahead and cut that in here.
This is bad. Paimon's supposed to be your guide, but Paimon doesn't know where the way up to the Jade Chamber is. Well, since we want to go to the Jade Chamber, heading to its location on the map is the sensible thing to do. Let's look around. There has to be a way up there nearby.
And alright, so that was the introduction. So basically it was Paimon and the Traveler. I was going up this mountain looking for Geoculi and trying to find some treasure chests to level up. We ended up getting up to level 35. The other day actually, I got like a huge amount of experience from something I didn't know what was. I think it was the event that's going on right now with Fischl. But basically jumped right to it. So
Hey, look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
maybe it's the way to the Jade Chamber.
Yes, this must be the way.
Alright, we've seen about 100 of these by now. All you gotta do is use Animo on these. That's why I have Sucrose in the party for like a quick second. Yeah, and sorry about the other part, the piece I cut in, it's no voices. Like I said, my recording really wasn't ready, and I was just kind of, I'm glad I got what I did, honestly. So, alright. We actually have Amber. It's kind of fortunate we can glide a little better. I'm not really sure what this whole piece is going to be, honestly.
Huh? It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
Best we go back to Leeway and ask the Millith.
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret. Or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
do you really hate me that much?
No. Paimon may have just forgotten to think about the safety measures.
Still, I do remember that the Ballista had a scope.
Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that... Oh, that's nice. It didn't, some of these chests don't actually drop anything because they're up really high. So you see, I just came right in my pocket. I appreciate that because I was most certainly going to lose half of that loot. But yeah, hope you guys, we're not actually going to use Sucrose, by the way, for any of you guys who are Sucrose fans. Sorry about that. This is kind of my exploration team. Sucrose is like literally level 1 for me. So she'll get one shot in like 2 seconds. Let me go ahead and swap back actually, just so we don't get into a bad spot. If you guys hadn't seen, this is the new party. We got Zhang, Lisa, and Chong, and Noelle. We've been rocking these guys. They all work pretty well together. We got Zhang can hit with the pyro. She leaves a field. The whole team essentially. To put it in perspective for y'all, it's all about basically just like dropping a field and then reacting upon it. It's a really nice team. I really enjoy using it. The only one that doesn't really fit is Noelle.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Hallowed what now? These are the wilds around Mount Tianheng.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along. She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us!
We haven't explained the invitation to them yet.
Now Paimon's mad! You! Over there! This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless!
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come! Line them up and knock them down!
Paimon getting pretty feisty on these guards. I know we fought him previously, but this is just a wanton slaughter at a certain point. So this is like the team. This is essentially actually the last place I actually explained it to. We were in the same exact location.
No stone unturned.
So basically, Noelle's the healer. She'll probably get swapped out for Barbara eventually. Lisa and Zhang and Zhang kind of like do dual damage dealers. So like really it's kind of weird because Lisa is almost my main DPS at this point because I use her for reactions so much more than I do. Like if I get Zhongling's Pyro Tornado off, I just overload with her because her overloads are a lot stronger. But like you can get consistent overloads off. It's a lot of damage, and then when you don't really want to use anybody else, you can just throw Chong in because he's survivable. He does decent cryo damage.
Take the target alive.
But by the time you run out of Agoba and you run out of Lisa's, you use Lisa abilities or something like that, you're almost right back to the end of the combo anyway. So they work well together. I think I've seen a couple of team comps that are basically. Not Lisa, but it would be someone else. I'm just doing this to heal a little bit. So sorry, I gotta watch me wail on this guy for a second. Alright. Flip him.
2 arms. Attack.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the team comp. It's I think that it would make sense to have a different character besides Noelle, but also Lisa doesn't really work in the team either as well. Chong's whole ability is like about melee characters, and while you would want to have one ranged, you don't want to have like a full team of ranged because you'll never actually be able to hit anything, it seems like, which is a problem I've run into. I'm having trouble hitting these guys. They're not really grouping up together that well. They like hop back and stuff.
You're in for a little shock.
From whence you came!
Yeah, I can knock a couple of these guys up the side. That'd be kind of nice. That guy looks like the boss or something. Have you heard that? It's the ghost of a dog that's haunting our house. I hope that's the last of them. Alright, yeah, we're good.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these 2 strange people suddenly appeared. They seem to have designs on the Guizhong Ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
We were just looking for the way to the Jade Chamber.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
wow. Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Thinking isn't that hard, Paimon.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was...
Shh, Paimon, don't complicate the matter.
Eh? Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance. Or at least, to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus under their protection. There is no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
Any chance you could talk it out with them?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, Traveler.
'Cause I don't talk.
You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Paimon, get serious.
But wait! That's right! Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
Ah, so eager.
Alright. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion. And, well then, may we meet again, Traveler.
Oh, sorry about that. I think that might have been me.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
She made a good impression on me, too.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her?
You really have shifted focus, haven't you, Paimon?
Right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime!
Sounds disgusting.
Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang.
Pocket full of slime, okay.
Why don't we go with that for a gift?
So do you have a recipe?
Nope! But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
Paimon's such a weird character. I feel like I see her, like, she's in this story, but it's like, she's definitely, like, almost more like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like she's more the protagonist than the protagonist is, because she's, like, driving us towards all of our goals. And, like, she reminds me, actually, she reminds me a lot of, this reminds me a lot of Jak and Daxter. That's what it is. I've been trying to pinpoint it for a very long time, as to, like, what does this, like, dynamic remind me of? It's literally Jak and Daxter from Jak 1. It's like scruffy little, like, kind of sarcastic-y sidekick character who does most of the talking. And then they have, like, the pretty much just silent protagonist who talks basically through, like, your actions. What are we getting here?
Ooh, look at that slime! It looks crystal clear! Very delicious.
So,
That's the one!
Do people eat slimes in this culture? Because it's like I've heard some of Jangling's voice lines, and they're like, it's like they eat the slimes. But the slimes are, I'm not gonna say it's other living, because it's like we eat living things too as humans, but it's like the slimes are like monsters, and I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit or underthinking it a little bit. Okay, so we got the one ingredient there. I think we're gonna need a couple more. Yeah, but no, it's basically Jak and Daxter, because it's like, I don't know if you guys ever played that. I'd really hope that you, if you haven't, you probably need to. You'll get it.
Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
Sounded like someone was singing.
No! That was definitely someone in trouble. It came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
Let's go bust them out then. Are you alive? I don't have the key. I'll come back for you, I promise. I'll just melt these people alive real quick. No big deal. Shock them to death, and you know, the thing is heroes do. Man, they got potted plants too. These guys aren't even that bad.
You're in for a little.
I'm gonna steal their potted plants. You already know it. So I actually think I'm almost able to. I can do the Ascension quest, you guys. You'll notice I'm only I'm only in world level 3 right now. I really don't want to increase my world level anymore. I think that the story being level 50 characters that I'm fighting that take this long to kill is I'm not gonna say it's starting to impact my mood on the game, but man, like baby mode challenges are becoming like kind of difficult sometimes. Like some of the challenges that I otherwise would have been over leveled for have become very quickly. Oh, I got the flower. I guess that's what I needed. Have become very difficult, like just all of a sudden, like the what are they called? The abyss mages. Those things, man, their shields just like takes forever if you don't have the right elements now.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders. When their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both.
There's really no need.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Your goodwill is good enough for me.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon's sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
Perfect. Alright, so we got the slime. We got the flower over here. We picked that up before. Oh, look at those guys. They're just standing there. Menacingly! Get out of here! No, those guys will probably wreck our day. So, let's get on out of here. I have no intention of fighting a lot of stuff. Like I said, you guys saw how long it took to fight those things. I've kind of not leveled up my characters in a little while because I want to see. We're gonna do a wish before the banner runs out. I promise. Because I want to try and roll for actually the lady we just saw in the other video potentially, either Chi-Chi or Kikwe. I don't know her name. She said it and I forgot it already. All right, let's talk to the jeweler.
Hey there! A guy called Mung Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history.
Ooh.
It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Yep. It's great! Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Whoa, what was that voice?
Sure. Please help yourselves. As long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
Not gonna lie, that actually looks kind of tasty. I'm still not sold on this gift idea.
Great.
He's not, I
Now
am.
that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
Alright, well I'm glad. We can take it with us. I guess not. It's with us in memory. It's with us in spirit. Alright, where are we going now? So we're going to teleport up to the very top one because that's the easiest way to get to anywhere in Liyue. It's really nice they put these waypoints up here because they have the same kind of thing going on in Mondstadt with that really tall building. That's definitely nice. And oh, what is this? That must be the Golden House. So in the most recent patch, like we've flown over this before. In the most recent patch, they actually made this whole building over here, if I remember correctly, or they changed it. It used to look a lot more plain looking, and now they made it look pretty much just as fancy as like this one I'm flying next to right here, but it's like the place I think where all the gold is stored or something in this area. There's a teleporter. Very, very convenient for us.
According to Kuching, this is
Kuching.
what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
Suspicious. Oh, we're already up here.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Nice place you got here. Okay. It's my first time coming up to a palace this high up.
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon and the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Tianquan doesn't lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
We also ran to the Yuhong not long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
King said that a Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis. That was a lot of weird
Well,
words.
I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
This place is cool. Her 2 of her 3 assistants over here. The last one must be Ganyu, but she didn't look like that inside the picture. Look around this place for a second. I don't know if we're gonna be able to come back here. It shares a lot of the same architecture as the normal place. I mean, this... Man, this is really cool. It'd be cool if we, one day in the future they give us like a housing sort of thing. It'd be like, maybe they could play off of what she was saying just now, where like we can, maybe we have our own little Jade chamber that we can like float around and teleport to and make our own home base. But quite the spot, ma'am. Can I get a teleporter up here? That'd make things a lot easier. Alright, so we're going to talk to Ningwen. See what's
I
up.
believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Only the broadest of strokes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Why hide the Exuvia then?
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
It's him, isn't it?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
It's the child.
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Alright. I was hoping to talk to the two ladies actually before we go in here. Alright guys, so I think we're going to cut it here. We just got up to the Jade Palace. This place is pretty fancy. I'm going to try not to fall off the side here. Give y'all a shot of the view up here. This is pretty nifty. Alright. I have to get me one of these once Liyue falls into a pile of rubble or something like that. I would feel kind of nervous being up here. I know I'm a little clumsy. I would probably fall right off the edge. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I've been JP Fire Pledge, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you later. Bye.